Let me even show you a photo if I may, okay? Do you truly, in your heart of hearts, truly believe that this is a human being?
This, without a doubt. Without a doubt?
Yes.
This is a dolphin fetus.
This video was inspired by this guy on TikTok right here, and I thought it would be pretty fun to do. A Mount Rushmore of lames. 4 people I think that have green aura with flies, out of touch, or individuals that straight up have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. I took 4 people from different spaces because I thought it would be boring if I did 4 content creators, athletes only, just politicians, you guys get it. 4 spots is not a lot, so if you think someone should for sure be on this list, comment down your Mount Rushmore. These are people that are alive only, so if this video does well, I'll have to do an all-time one. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and let's get into it. Kim Jong-un is probably not one of the first people you think of when you think of lames, but it will make sense in a second. Just like any modern-day dictator, he consolidates power, controls the media to make sure the citizens' beliefs align with theirs, does their best to monitor citizens' every single move, and persecute anyone that rivals their ideology. But Kim Jong-un takes it to a crazier level. I watch and read a lot of things about North Korea over the years because it's crazy to see the way these people are forced to live. It's absolutely insane. There's people who I like to say are naturally glazed for existing and doing what they do. Messi, Drake, Trump, whoever it may be, whether you like them or not, pretty much everyone who likes and supports them is doing it by their own free will. Kim Jong-un's support by his people is artificial. It's synthetic glaze. Him and the whole Kim dynasty forced the people to treat them like they're gods. When his father died, according to North Korean media, snowstorms stopped and ice cracked so loud it shook heaven and earth. Really, cuh? Kim Jong-un continues to enforce this kind of treatment, and he is the divine leader, and anyone who questions it is junk-cooked. Matter of fact, mention him, you're probably going to get turned into barbecue chicken, as they have very strict policy when it comes to consuming Western or South Korean media. During Kim's regime, he created a holiday called Generalissimo Day. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's mandatory to celebrate, where citizens will dance and place flowers at the foot of the monuments of, I'm assuming, his dad and grandfather. The biggest holiday in North Korea is a major celebration, something they prepare weeks in advance for, a multiple-day celebration. It's the birthday of North Korea's first leader, yay! Now imagine everything America does in 3 months, gets into the holiday spirit, hypes it up. Now switch out Christmas and Thanksgiving with George Washington's birthday. Is that not fire to you? In your house, portraits of the leaders need to be up high on the walls so they're looking down at the people in the house and are inspected by military and police to make sure they're well kept. I think you're starting to see a theme around here. And every time Kim Jong-un makes a speech, you should clap as long as you can and make sure you're not the first one to stop clapping, because that could bring shame on you, and the longer you clap, the more loyal you appear. There's numerous laws and things done to force people to stay in line, because if you don't follow these things, you can be put in prison, sent to a labor camp, or even executed by firing squad. And those executions could be public to teach the people a lesson. So be a good boy and follow the supreme leader. This dude is the son of a man who golfed 38 under par, 11 hole-in-ones in his first round of golf. Stop playing with him! I find it very pathetic how much Kim tries to make people think he's him, the chosen one. You'll see dictators force their citizens to embrace and love ideologies itself, view them as all-knowing leaders who will lead them to prosperity and success, and then suppress the opponents, get rid of them, and act like nothing happened. But this is the modern-day dictatorship that's like the most extreme about forcing people to love their leaders. If you visit North Korea by chance and take a picture of a statue, out of respect, you cannot cut out parts of that statue. It's one thing if you're committing crimes against your own people and not providing basic rights. That's not lame, that's just evil. But trying to get 26.5 million people to hop on your piece, think you're the shit, yeah, that's lame as hell. If you asked me a year ago if Stephen A. Smith would be in consideration for the lamest people, I'd say no. Did I think he was a trash sports personality? Always thought he was. For a while now, he's been a rage baiter who talks like he doesn't really watch the games. He gets to go to a lot of these live gaming events, but then you'll see his dusty ass playing solitaire during the NBA finals. Like, does he really care to be there? It's one thing if you have crazy takes about sports to entertain people, but he's not entertaining. Like, I'll see a clip like this.
I think that Kyrie is worth all of this drama.
No, he's not. He's not worth it at all. A matter of fact, let me say this straight up and down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire. I think he should announce his retirement today.
I hear something like that, I'm like, motherfucker, you don't even believe that. Compare him to someone like Colin Cowherd, who has the same pull as him. When he talks about sports, like when he said, hey LeBron, we're good bro. Like, I actually thought he meant that in the moment. Or when he had the Jason Tatum bite where he's like, close your eyes and you see nothing. I don't agree with all of his takes. His recency bias is insane sometimes, but it seems like these takes are stuff he stood on, and they were more put together than anything Stephen A usually does. But lazy takes and rage baiting is only a small part of what makes Stephen A lame. Over the last year or so, he's getting more ridiculous, but he's getting a lot of M's, so he's making a good living doing this. warranted criticism over the bad coverage of this year's NBA draft, not really being prepared or knowing anything about the players. Him being the face of the ESPN coverage really left a bad taste in the viewers' mouths. Then there's his politics and him running for president. Like, dog, be for real. It wouldn't be the first time a TV personality got elected, but who's being moved by his politics? Everyone has their opinion on politics, that's fine, but no one should want to listen to his politics like he's some voice of reason, when he doesn't even relate to everyday people, and it shows when he talks about Epstein and his client list.
You're in an uproar off the Epstein list? That's all you've got? It's really, really surprising that this matters. Of course, I think there's a list, but I don't know. I suspect, but I have no knowledge, nor do I care. It's Friday night. I'm getting ready to go out and enjoy myself. I'm getting ready to have a nice weekend. I can give a damn about the Epstein client list. It has no effect on me whatsoever. I have a life.
Yes, sir. The client list was just a big misunderstanding, and we as the American people must move forward. It's too much of a hassle to find out who committed these devious crimes. I'll start the first step by donating my next paycheck to the struggling people down there at BlackRock. No need to thank me, guys. No need to thank me. And then there's him trying to be relatable to the youth, with his favorite Fortnite locations, but got tight when someone called in asking about the GOAT, Ron Baker, during the NBA Finals on his radio show. Like, someone must have opened up his Chrome Dome, reprogrammed his sense of humor to lighten up a little, you know? And then there's the incident where he disrespected LeBron as a father and dragged on their confrontation, and that shit just went on and on and on. To wrap it up, him as a TV personality fell off after First Take, and I'd rather hear many things before hearing him flap his lips. Maybe even Tom McDonald? Nah, that's lunacy.
Give me everything you got for this wet-ass P-word. I mean, a bucket and a mop? This sounds like there's something that is going on here that is not biologically normal.
For this spot, I was deciding between three people: Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk, or Ben Shapiro. I chose Ben Shapiro because I feel like Charlie gets dunked on a lot. Definitely not enough, though. And Candace is a little bit less unreasonable than this guy. He just refuses to budge on his views and reflect on them. But hey, he might be a hard-hearted guy, am I right? His brand for most of his career has been to be a hardcore conservative that only knows facts over feelings and debating college students with no debating experience. But his credibility took a big hit after a BBC interview mentioning old tweets and how Arabs bomb crap and live in open sewage while Israelis build, and has many instances of making demeaning comments towards multiple groups of people. But hey, he's just a hard-hearted guy, right guys? I don't align with either side of the political spectrum, but talking heads like him on either side just make American politics look like such a joke. Riddle me this. So hypothetically, let's say Ronald Reagan increases the wealth gap, all right, and then theoretically does the war on drugs to put these thugs in jail. Bars. The only logical way I could proceed is to get into the studio. So yeah, Ronald Reagan, hey, to your president. You know my wife's a doctor, right? And he has a big audience. There are people that relate and resonate with his content, which is ridiculous because this shit is so unserious. Like, what makes you need to see Ben Shapiro break down the lyrics to Pound Town? And I have to mention the Epstein cover-up again. Of course this dude comes up here with a straight face and says, "There are no facts presented in front of me. I have no other choice but to believe the US government." They have the facts, they have the evidence, and they don't want to release it. It's for a reason. He has to be getting some kind of benefits for saying stuff like this, being this good of a lapdog. I guess you're not so much of a good goy if you tend to question the government, but facts are cool with him as long as they support his agenda. Anyways, he's not lame, he's just a hard-hearted guy, right?
A serious condition that requires the care of a doctor. Fortunately, I know a doctor, who's my wife, and
the last person on this statue of stank is Jack Doherty, and I left this one last for a reason, because, let's be real, he's on everyone's friggin' Mount Rushmore, bro. And it's clearly for good reason. This guy is like the gum at the bottom of your shoe that's undesirable, grimy, you hope it gets rid of itself, but just keeps sticking around somehow, some way. I mean, the car video, the first thing I think of when I hear this guy's name. This monkey's on his phone driving 70 miles per hour in the rain and is in utter shock when he hydroplanes. Like, gosh, I didn't see that happening. What are the odds? And then not only that, he has to make sure his camera is ready to show off all the damage to his car and got his cameraman bleeding from the head, possibly hurt, and Jack's like, "Just make sure you get me in this clip, bro." So all of his clanker viewers can watch in horror.
Adrian.
We all know his usual stunts like provoking people and hiding behind his bodyguard, being an online pimp. And I didn't know this until now, he promotes his own OnlyFans. He does all this degenerate shit and sells his soul for money. Well, a lot of YouTubers and streamers do that, so what's so different about Hamburger, bro? That's a very good question. This dude's content is atrocious, and the things he's done is so pathetic. Yeah, he's made a couple of millions, and that's nice and all. But when this dude falls off in the entertainment space, where's he gonna go? This guy's 21 years old and has a lot of life ahead of him. Who's gonna want to do any business or work with this guy with all the baggage I just said, plus him allegedly grooming and waiting for minors to turn 18 to be his OnlyFans pawn, or him faking a robbery for views? Many people believe this is staged and he could be punished for faking a crime. I don't think it's worse than the car crash, but this would immediately have an argument for some of the stupidest shit he's done. I never really kept up with him too much and I had to do some research about him. I knew about the provoking and the car crash, but the more I read, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. If there's someone that needs to be on everyone's Mount Rushmore of lames, he's the guy. He's the undisputed one. He has to be on there. All right, real quick, before you guys go, I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs before the end of this year, so if you guys can subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Like and comment your own Mount Rushmore of lames. I honestly don't think there's too many wrong answers, and I'll check them out, of course. And that's pretty much it. Follow the TikTok. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll come out with more videos soon, and stay safe.
Like and sub, cue the outro.